I wrote down. The grass is
I
so
don't think
good.
he's been perfect. I don't think he's been great throughout this preseason, but I'll tell you this much. I think going into this
I
fourth preseason game, we're going to
so
see the version that
I want
we've
to
all
see you
wanted
quit
to see from him.
center.
I think it's just been trying to find that rhythm, trying to get comfortable. I think also dealing with a little bit of the jitters of just being here in the National Hockey League. Is there more to give? 100%. I totally agree. But I'm confident that we're going to see that more later on tonight when he's back between the pipes. All right, to the phones we go. Phil is in the North Shore. How are you? Welcome back, everybody. Sabalski. While we're talking surprises through exhibition and camp as we get closer and closer to opening night, I think one of the biggest surprises I think we've seen so far in the last couple of weeks through preseason has to be the one right here. As the young rookie makes the team between the pipes, and look, this has to be a shocker, right? To be picked where you are, not a first round pick. Well, after a lot of names had been called out, he finally gets his name. All he does, puts his head down, goes through camp, and dominates to earn himself a roster spot. Really impressed how he's handled himself, and prime time is just around the corner. Can't wait for that. A lot of people want to jump on here on the phone lines, and so we'll get to those. Look, we always know how long it takes for goaltenders to make that jump to the NHL level, and we'll find out real soon just what this team's got on their hands with him between the pipes, because they're ready for him to play. They're ready for him. They obviously think that he's ready to be an NHL goaltender. Look, I think he's going to be a special goaltender for this team, and he is the goaltender, not just of the future, but of the now. He's ready to go. I think he's got the ability, he's got the size, the tools, the makeup, but until you know, you don't know. And we're going to find out real quick just what he can do with this team in goal. All right, let's get back to the phones here. We've got Barb. Want to jump on in. We'll get to those phones in just a quick second. Hey, listen, I do want to say this. I thought the young goaltender was really good. And, he deserved a better fate. To play the way he did, he made some really big saves. He did everything he could to get his team a win. Unfortunately, too many passengers in front of him, and there's the difference of the game. He was good. He was good enough to get that win. Unfortunately, he just needed a little bit of run support, and that wasn't there, particularly in this particular night. All right, to the phones we go. Let's check in with Josh, is on line 3. How you doing?
The quit's not going for long hockey. The center will play on the center.
Let's take a look at the scoreboard and what went down tonight on the ice. The Penguins faced off against the Oilers. Edmonton pummels the opposition into submission with a big offensive night. The Predators were hoping to grab 2 points up against the Blackhawks. Nashville takes this one as they win it in the shootout. The Islanders took on the Devils. New Jersey posts a strong game in their own end, and they do enough to get the W. We'll check the inbox, we'll check the text line, and hear what you have to say next. Welcome back, everybody. And, you know, we were talking about some of the young players who've really caught my eye so far to start this season. I'll tell you what, don't look any further than the backyard here and in goal. I mean, this young goaltender has really been impressive. When you talk about best rookie so far, I mean, to me, he's right near the top of the list, if not the top of it. He has been brilliant. He's made some big saves. But, you know, what also impresses me is he sometimes goes long stretches without facing a shot, and he still stays mentally in it. That's really hard as a young goaltender to do, but his mental focus has been right there so far in the early goings of his career. I'm impressed. All right, time for a quick break. We got a lot more to get to. We'll get to the phones. I see Brianna. I see Zoe. You know, and let's bring it back to in goal here for a second, because I have loved the way the youngster has played. He's been great so far. He's far exceeded my expectations from what I thought I would see this year. But I'll tell you what, there is a long road to go. So I'm not ready to hand out any hardware just yet because, well, you know what? He might still hit a wall, right? Teams may adjust at some point down the stretch. But so far, so very,
Now
very
we play
good.
on first.
Big thumbs up on my part. But I'm not ready to hand out any hardware just yet. All right, let's get back to the phones here. We've got Danny itching to get back in here.
We don't play on this one.
Joe, my name voted.
I'm not playing in there doing something.
Well, some fun, some drama, a little bit of everything on the ice tonight. Let's take a look at some of those scores around the league. The Avs were hoping to play spoiler against the Hurricanes. Colorado takes this one in a tightly contested affair and the bragging rights to go with it. The Red Wings had an on-ice collision with the Senators. Ottawa plays pad the stat night with a strong offensive performance.
To get to
The Panthers were in a dogfight on the road up against the Flyers. Philadelphia takes this one in a fun one. We got to take a quick break, but we got a lot more coming your way next.
after match I play it done.
It has already been a successful homestand, and they'll try to cap it off with the cherry tonight. Welcome back to EA Sports. The Ducks win the opening face-off, and we are underway with this one. Bolton's going to play it against the half wall. Moves it to McTavish. And that's poked away by Eriksson Ek. Looking to make something happen along the board. Puts it on net. Stops the rocket of a shot.
Go on, Ducks.
Tries to get it over to Bunting. From the left side into the middle of the neutral zone. And that goes off course off a body. He got all of that hit on the play.
He knew exactly what he was doing with that hit this early in the game. He's trying to send a message and dictate the pace.
Anaheim's got the puck in the defensive end. Fires it into the offensive zone. Slides the puck across to Zuccarello. Minnesota's got it in their own zone. Feed to the middle. Couldn't complete the pass. Handles the pass. Here's a chance on the attack. And the puck skips away after that move.
He is so dangerous when the puck is on his stick in the offensive zone, but he tries one too many moves and he loses the puck.
How did he stop that one?
Well, goaltender has to be able to anticipate the play, and he does just that. Gets square to the shooter in the low slot and makes the save.
And now he moves it to Kaprizov. And offside, we'll get a reset here. Still lots of time left here in this frame. We've still got zeros on the board. Puck is dropped and play resumes. With the steal. The Ducks cross the blue line and are on the attack.
I will be what I will love it. One play for me, my one match we're doing it off of that game.
All about the will to find a way to make that save. Incredible, James.
Sends the cross ice pass. Broken up in the neutral zone by Hartman. He scores!
I'm not been directing.
Minnesota's got to be feeling good about their game tonight. Here they already lead in this one, and they've been dictating the pace of play also.
Well, they get the game's first goal midway through the period, James, but I liked their game right from puck drop. I mean, the way that they started, the urgency around the puck, they pounded it, they've had a heavy forecheck, and now they get rewarded for their efforts.
Forces the turnover. The Ducks will play it from the defensive zone.
Almost.
Anaheim's through center and now in the offensive end. Here's a chance.
That's it. That's it.
Tenacious battle for the puck along the wall. The Ducks have it against the wall.
That's it.
And the puck, and here we go. Charlotte looks like a goalie yard.
I mean, one time
Something
losing.
had to have been said earlier in the game, or this was predetermined, because to come the distance of the ice and fight, I haven't seen that before. The road team's bench is banging their sticks, standing up as they cheer on their player, and that tilt went their way.
Well, things should open up for both sides here with a little 4-on-4 action.
4-on-4 can be pretty confusing.
I know, we can do
when
one
it comes to
fight.
coverage. You know that your defense has the
Let's
forward,
do
but the
it.
forwards have to be able to contain the D as well. So it's complete defense out there.
Slides it diagonally to Dumba. Passes out front. Can't get out the play. Moves it to Middleton. Here's a shot. They score! And it's back-to-back tallies.
Yeah, and they've been chomping at the bit. Now they've got their opponent on their heels. They need a quick change here and find a way to continue the momentum.
Minnesota's holding a noticeable edge in the shot department here in the first, and they lead as a result. And he takes the feed. Oh, what a hit check. He got all of that. Here they come on the rush. To his teammate. Scores!
Oh my god. This is why I want to go to school.
Goals, and as my mom likes to say, they're cooking with gas.
They're cooking with gas, and you can expect that they have put their opponents on their heels. This is a team that knows that they have worn their opponent down. Now they got to keep the pedal to the metal.
Takes the feed. Fires it. Makes the save. And the puck stopper hangs on to get a breather here for the team. Minnesota's been the better team here in this first period, and as a result, they've got a big lead. Offense's own face-off, and he wins the draw. Overnight on the play! Wow!
That's a true competitor's save. Just when you think that he's completely out of it, James, he comes across with a desperation save to keep his team alive. Fowler's the leader of this team, James. He knows exactly what to do. He has been in these situations before. He's got to put this team on his back with this offensive zone face-off and lead the charge.
Good stand-up hit on the play. Passes it over. A chance.
You see goaltenders working with traffic in practice all of the time, and the goaltender is able to find this because he's dialed in, his eyes are on the puck, and he doesn't lose sight of it.
I think I think they just.
You have the extra attacker on the ice.
I don't know. I think it's good.
More than half the period has expired. Minnesota's latest goal has now given them a 4-goal lead. And they win that draw center. Handles the puck.
Okay, go. Guys, I'll see you get this
Great night to be on the couch and watching hockey. Tons of scores around the league. Let's take a look at what went down. The Wild played a game against the Ducks. Minnesota plastered their opponents with a big offensive output. The Pens were looking to steal 2 against the Rangers. Pittsburgh tramples their opponents with a big offensive night. The Kraken played on the road against the Devils. New Jersey played pad the stats night, winning easily. Lots more to get to on the ice. Stay with us, everybody. Don't forget our special conversation with the Hockey Hall of Famer coming up a little later on. Meantime, hey, look, locally, they have been hemorrhaging way too many goals as of late, and the youngster has...
See you guys next time.
subject to a
Goodbye.
lot of criticism right here on this show as well. We've seen a lot of texts, a lot of stuff on social media as well and on the phone lines. And the coaching staff clearly sees the same thing that a lot of you are seeing as well.
See you guys
Pull
next
the
time.
youngsters
Goodbye.
aside
See you
and
guys next
sent
time.
a
You
direct
just cry.
message, I think,
Goodbye. See you guys next
prior
time.
to the
Goodbye.
skate to
See you guys
say,